Hello there, all my crafty friends. Thanksgiving is right around the corner. Join me as I make this beautiful Thanksgiving wall hanging. I'll do some decoupage and some creative 3D applications. Grab your supplies and let's make a mess together. I bought this wooden pumpkin from Dollar Tree, and most of the supplies I'm using today came from there as well. To start off, I'm giving it 2 coats of white paint, front and back. The napkin I'm going to decoupage on the board has a white background, and it's always best to paint your object the same color as the background of the napkin that you plan on using. Napkins are very sheer, and you'll be able to see your paint color right through the napkin. I got this napkin at Dollar Tree, and I think it's so cute. I love the colors of all the pumpkins. I'm going to decoupage it to the board using the water method. I'm separating one of the pictures, and then I'll separate the layers. I'm only going to use the top layer of the napkin with the actual picture on it. I'm using a water brush to remove the part of the background that I don't need. If you don't have one, you can just use water and a paintbrush. You'll get the same result. I'm showing you all the steps as we go, but I do have an in-depth tutorial on this method of decoupage. You can click the banner above in the right-hand corner to see that video. I'll also put a link in my description box. The first Thanksgiving was celebrated in 1621 over a 3-day harvest festival. It included 50 pilgrims, 90 Wampanoag Indians, and lasted 3 days. It is believed by historians that only 5 women were present. I put the napkin on a piece of plastic, picture side down, and sprayed it with water. I'm smoothing out some of the wrinkles and air bubbles very, very delicately because napkins are very fragile. After putting a coat of Mod Podge on the board, I'm lowering the napkin and the plastic together. I'm smoothing out some of the wrinkles and air bubbles right through the plastic before I remove it. After removing the plastic, there shouldn't be any wrinkles other than a couple of very tiny ones. That'll go away as the napkin dries because it'll shrink a little bit. After the Mod Podge is dry, any excess napkin that's hanging over the edge can be removed by using a piece of sandpaper. It cuts a nice sharp edge. If you're enjoying this video, please let me know by hitting that like button. By doing so, you help my channel to grow and reach more people out there. That way I can continue to bring all of you great tutorials. And thank you for doing that. And then I'll add a top coat of Mod Podge to seal my napkin. I'm mixing some brown paint and some orange mica powder, along with some water, and sponging it around all the edges of the board, just to add a little bit of depth. If you don't have mica powder, you can just use glitter if you'd like to. And here's an amusing fun fact. Turkey wasn't even on the menu at the first Thanksgiving. It's suggested that venison, duck, goose, oysters, lobster, eel, and fish were likely served, alongside pumpkins and cranberries, but not pumpkin pie or cranberry sauce. And then I decided the edge wasn't dark enough, so I added a little bit of dark brown rub around all the edges with a sponge. But if you don't have any rub, you can just start off with a darker brown paint to begin with. After that, I brushed on a clear varnish over the entire board to protect everything. You can use brush-on varnish or a spray varnish, whichever one you already have. I bought this package of sayings at Hobby Lobby. There are 3 of them. Thankful, grateful, and blessed, but I'm only going to be able to fit 2 of them on there. And I'm using a sponge to paint them black. I'm going to start rolling out my Christmas videos next week. I'm sure you guys have all been waiting for that. There will be angels, bells, and reindeer, just to name a few. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss any of them. And click the bell if you want to be notified anytime I upload a new video. You guys know how much I love 3D effects, and this project is no exception. I got these foam pumpkins at Dollar Tree, and I'm going to cut them in half so they lay flat on my board. And then I'm going to paint them because I want them to match the pumpkins in the napkin. I'm using that same brown paint and orange mica powder mixture that I painted around the edge of the board earlier. It's a perfect color for the small pumpkins. Then I painted the large pumpkin to match the blue one on the napkin. Abraham Lincoln pronounced Thanksgiving a national holiday on October 3rd, 1863. Sarah Josepha Hale, the woman who wrote Mary Had a Little Lamb, convinced Lincoln to make Thanksgiving a national holiday after writing him letters for 17 years. I want to match the light color in the napkin and do some highlights on the small pumpkins. I mixed up some orange and gold to get the perfect color. Then with a sponge, I just dabbed a little on the high parts of the little pumpkins. Let me know in the comments where you're watching from. I'd love to hear from you. I'm filming from Las Vegas, Nevada in the United States. Now I'm painting a coat of clear gloss varnish on all the little pumpkins. I want to do some antiquing, so I need to have a coat of varnish on there first. The antiquing medium will grab onto the paint all over, and antiquing is meant to stay just in the lower places, only in cracks and crevices. I mixed some dark blue paint with water to make it real runny, and I'm going to use that as antiquing solution. I'm painting that on the large pumpkin and wiping it off right away. Because of the varnish, it'll only stay in the lower areas in the crevices. For the little pumpkins, I'm using a dark brown antiquing solution. And I'm doing the same thing. I'm brushing it on and then wiping it right off. Now I'm going to make them sparkle a little bit with some gold rub, just on the high areas. If you don't have any rub, you can just dry brush this with some gold paint and you'll get the same effect. These cute little pumpkins need some stems. I'm rolling up some raffia and gluing it together with a hot glue gun. Now I'm adding some paint and I'll glue them to the back of each pumpkin. The average number of calories consumed on Thanksgiving is 4,500. Butterball answers more than 100,000 turkey cooking questions via their Butterball Turkey Hotline each November and December. I'm making a bow for the top of the plaque using this gorgeous ribbon I got from Dollar Tree. I crossed it over in the center and scrunched it all up. Then I cut a small piece of the ribbon to tie it all together in the center. Now is the most fun part of any project. I love putting it all together. I cut up a big fall leaf from Dollar Tree and made some really tiny little leaves for my really tiny little pumpkins, and then glued them to my board. I'm using a Shore Bonder cordless hot glue gun. It is so nice to work without a cord in your way. The link for this is in my favorite tools section in the description box. I put a piece of twine at the top to hang it. Then I added that beautiful bow. I had a cross that I got from Hobby Lobby a few years ago, and I added that to the center of the bow. I marked where I want the lettering to go with some painter's tape. I'm using gloss gel medium to glue the lettering down. It's too hard to use a glue gun when attaching something large because it dries too fast. And the gel medium has a really strong hold. I got these corn leaves at the 99-cent store, and they are perfect for this project. I glued them just under the bow on each side, and I put the berries on top of the bow in the center. I put together a playlist of some other tutorials you may enjoy. Click the picture on the right to be taken directly to that playlist. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any future videos.